Hello and welcome to Tip Top C# tutorials. In this Azure tutorial series, as a first part, we will go through different cloud computing models. The first and foremost one is public cloud, and then we will go over the details of private cloud. And finally, we will see the combination of both public and private cloud, namely hybrid cloud. Public cloud. What is public cloud model? In this model, the services are running on a cloud service provider's data center. For example, Microsoft Azure runs on Microsoft's data center. This data center is completely managed by the cloud service provider, meaning that starting from the security, the compliance, the operations, the high availability, recovery, and each and every aspect is completely managed by cloud service provider. For example, in case of Azure, it's Microsoft. In case of AWS, it's Amazon. And how does the service reach end user, or how does a user can use the services from public cloud model? For that, users need to subscribe to the public cloud subscriptions so that they can avail different services of varying choices. So according to their requirement, they can choose whatever services they need. And what is the peculiarity of public cloud? It's highly scalable. And what is the reason for that? Because of the huge span of data center across the globe. For example, considering Microsoft Azure again, it is there in 36 regions across the globe, and Microsoft is planning to add 6 more regions imminently. So if you have an application which needs to be scaled well for billions of users across the globe, public cloud would be the right choice. Let's take a look at the uh, figure. So the public cloud is running in CSP or cloud service providers data center. Individual users or even companies, enterprises can subscribe to the public model and avail the services. And the connection happens over internet. Private cloud. So how does private cloud work? So private cloud is running on enterprise data center, and that this data center is completely managed by the IT administrators of the particular enterprise. And the services are targeted for single enterprise instead of general public, meaning that most of the times it will be used for internal use, and in certain very rare cases it can be exposed to outside network, provided that it is adhering to the compliance and regulations of the enterprise. So who is the consumers of private cloud? We have the teams and different business units part of the enterprise. And what is the peculiarity of private cloud? The most fancy feature of private cloud is it has full control over security and it is compliant to enterprise policies. So this is one of the reasons many enterprises do not wish to keep their data and keep the transactions record in public cloud. So for that reason, private cloud is an appropriate choice. Hybrid cloud. As the name suggests, in this model, services from both public cloud and private cloud are consumed. So hybrid cloud model can address various use cases, taking advantages of both public and private cloud. In hybrid cloud model, scalability is not limited to on-premise. So if you are using public cloud as a parity solution, we can scale out to public cloud. Let's say one of the use case you want to run 500 VMs. If your on-premises is running out of 500 VMs, and if you want to more usage of VMs, then you can burst it out to public cloud. So use a public cloud as a parity solution for high availability and disaster recovery as well. So when certain applications and machines and infrastructure is not going well, or they are facing certain downtime, So all the data and whatever backup you need to use, you can keep it in public and make use it in case of a disaster recovery. Let's do a comparison and contrasting of different aspects among all these cloud models. The first one is cost. So for public, it's low because we don't need to set up the infrastructure. We don't need to hire personnel. We don't need to procure all the uh, commodity hardware. So in this case, it's low. You just need to pay for what you are using. All the management part is taken care by CSP. Whereas in private cloud, it's high because you need to go through the entire life cycle of procuring the hardware, set it up, hire personnel to maintain it, and have all the operational cost associated with it. But in hybrid cloud, it's medium because we can keep the set of services in private as well as public. So if you want to avail both services, we can hit a medium economic there. Security aspect for public it is low because it may not necessarily comply to the different security and compliance rules of many enterprises. Whereas in private cloud it is high because it's up to the enterprise to employ different security mechanisms as per the regulations and compliance. Whereas in hybrid it is medium because in private it is high and certain services if you are using from public it will have low. So we can term it as medium. Scalability. As we mentioned in the public cloud slide, in public cloud scalability is very, very high because it has a reach of globally distributed data centers. And if you want to scale out well, this is quite high. For private cloud, it is limited by the infrastructure, whatever the enterprise set up. So when a growing demand is there, definitely there will be a scalability limit for private cloud. Whereas hybrid cloud, it is high because once we hit the scalability limit in private cloud, we can definitely expand or scale it out to public cloud. Reliability. Uh, Public cloud, as you may know, it's a shared infrastructure and it's connected over access to our internet by different companies, different users, different set of providers. So definitely the reliability is taking a hit here. So it's medium. For private cloud, it's quite high because you are responsible for setting up in and out of the labs and infrastructure. So definitely reliability can be tweaked up. It's high in private, whereas in hybrid as well, it's termed as high because in private it's high and public it's medium. And if you want to scope the reliability to the peak, we can achieve it in hybrid cloud. Let's go over different use cases and find out what is a suitable cloud model for that. First one, highly scalable web application for global users. So we have seen different aspects of the cloud models of public, private, and hybrid. So based on the scalability feature, it is definitely the public cloud model, which is suitable for the scalable web application, especially this for global users. You want to scale it for billions of users across the globe. And second use case is lab services for enterprise. Assume that you have an enterprise company and different business units wants to avail lab services. They want to span out different VMs. And the most important feature here is if it is for the enterprise, everything should be secure and you should have full control over the compliance and regulations. So the suitable model here is private cloud. The third use case is on-demand additional storage services. So when you're running out of the storage limit or set up in your on-premises, and if you want to get more storage services from a public cloud, definitely we want to combine best of the both worlds. And the suitable model is definitely uh, found to be hybrid cloud. Fourth use case is startup company needs to perform scalability testing for a limited period of time. So it's like, let's say for 3 months, we want to have a scalability and performance testing. So you, instead of procuring a large set of hardware, which might not be useful after this period of time, you will use certain um, infrastructure only when you are only when you do this testing. So for this model, the most suitable app model is public cloud, because you don't need to set up all the capital. The last one is we need all services to be enterprise compliant. There is a lot of services which we are implementing and it needs to be enterprise compliant. Definitely it's going to be private, because no other model we can completely achieve the adherence or compliance to regulations. That's about the use cases. That's about the different cloud computing models here. Thank you for watching this video and have a nice day.